Greetings and welcome to another episode of Bermuda's Feel Good Early Morning Show. Good day, Bermuda, supported by Pizza House and Aliana's Restaurant. I'm Terry Tuku alongside Jackie Lambert, and we want to thank you for getting up bright and early with us on this Wednesday morning. It is a hump day. It's actually a short week here in Bermuda, in case you didn't know, because we celebrate Good Friday on Friday. I know some parts of the world don't celebrate Good Friday, but we're not one of those parts. So Jackie and I naturally have a short week because of the show. We only do it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but we also have an even shorter week in real life because there is no work on Friday. Jackie, are you excited? Hey, clearly she's excited for the first holiday coming up. Now, we did have a guest plan for today, but we haven't heard we don't see a backstage show. We're gonna just keep moving on with the show. We're actually gonna be talking about some award show shenanigans because we were gonna do it as our field goal warm up today, but we've decided to make the whole show about the shenanigans, and we're actually gonna talk about something else for our field goal warm up. We definitely want to shout out everyone that is watching with us. Jason, Cheryl, thank you so much for joining us. Jackie and I actually both have little stuffy noses, in case you can't tell.
It's just one nostril though.
Don't you just love it?
It's just one, and I just want to scratch it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just like a few. It's like in here, and it itches, and I just want to take my nose apart, give it a good scratch, and then put it back together
and allow it to just be free. Yes,
yeah.
I don't know if
anyone. Neti pot. You know how to have the neti pot, and you sit there and you pour it in one mouth, and it drains through. I think it's this way. I'm not sure.
Whichever nose, I would assume it's whichever nose needs to be drained. Oh, but you don't know which you don't know which nostril to how to drain it out.
Oh, the sinus area. So I just wanna. I can't remember. I just know one. The temperature is ridiculous. It just like yesterday when I first woke up, it was freezing, and then when I went to play tennis, I was just like, okay, it's warm, and then the cloud came, and I'm like, ah.
You know what? Today's show is all about memes because you see in that meme where the girl is being beat up by her ace girl and the girl that's on the floor that isn't really fighting back. The meme has her as Winter, and then the girl that's like giving her all the blows is no, the girl on the floor is Spring, and the girl that's giving her all the blows is Winter, and I'm just like,
no, that is life right now. That is absolutely life right now because I'm here sitting. I'm like, yes, it's gonna be spring. Especially because Easter, like Good Friday, is usually decent weather. Like I could wear.
And Good Friday is tomorrow, basically.
Basically, I usually just wear like short sleeve shorts, like sneakers, and I'm sitting here like, oh my god, I have to carry a sweater, some pants. Like, do I have to carry an overnight bag so I could change my outfit halfway through the day because it's cold?
Like, honestly, I'm really concerned. I don't know. I haven't checked the weather predictions leading up onto like Good Friday itself and even over the weekend, but I'm crossing my fingers. It's all good. I'm crossing my fingers. It's all good. Speaking of Good Friday holiday, it looks like Jason has to work on the holiday. Yes, we haven't set up our whale watching event. We actually have to do that. That's a little to-do box that I have to put because Jackie and I did say that we was going to try to do that, but we haven't.
We're still doing all of our what's the word we're going to do? Our adventures.
Our adventures. We're absolutely doing adventures. The adventures aren't going anywhere. We just have to remember that we said we're going to do the adventures. I think that's the problem. We say we're going to do them, and then we forget we said we're going to do them.
Like, when does whale migration end? When does whale watching end? I feel like
that's a great question because that will determine how fast we need to get on this.
That's how I miss it every year. I'm just like, yeah, I'll just do it next week, and then next week's bad weather, which happened last year. Last year it was bad weather, so we moved it, and then we got put back on lockdown, and it's just like, wow. But talking about working on holidays, that used to be me. I was actually talking about it last night that this is the first second Friday that I don't have to work since the pandemic because my family used to run Elbow, and it's on hotel properties, so we will be open for the hotel guests all the time. Like, it was only the last little bit of us running the facility that we changed it to half day for the holidays, but we used to work all day, all holidays. I think Christmas was the only one that we did half day. We'd leave at 12, and then so
that's a really interesting conversation. I don't really know how hotels do the Christmas holiday because it's technically the one that's supposed to be like no one's supposed to work, but I know hotels can maybe get like an exemption or some type of workaround because
That
they might have
overtime,
guests.
girl, that time and a half holiday pay.
I know. I mean, I know the pay is great. I'm just wondering because legally, no one's supposed to like operate on Christmas Day. Like that's the one day of the year that like legally you're not supposed to work that. And I think New Year's Day, I think every other holiday, it's like up to the business. That's why I was like, I wonder how they get around that one. But yes, that pay, I know it's probably the best.
Yeah,
And if
well,
you
I
alternate,
don't know.
right,
I
like
work for myself, so it's just like
whatever you decide to pay yourself, you don't want to go, you don't want to go. Back to the whale watching.
I'm charging my clients extra on Christmas. You want me to wake up and leave my family from no, but we
I
used to
wouldn't
have
even give it an option.
we
Yeah, I wouldn't
actually
give it an
used to
option.
do Christmas round robins, or every holiday we used to do like round robins, doubles round robins, and we used to think like, oh, we probably get 10 people. The amount of people we used to get because they're just like, all right, I'm coming in. You finish at 12. That's perfect. That means I can work off my Christmas meals before I go to dinner, and they're
If you make space.
yeah, guilt free. I just finished playing 4 hours of tennis. That's like 1,000, 2,000 plus calories that I've burned. And that's like active. That's not just you doing your regular day to day.
It is. It's like more targeted, right? Because you're
Yeah.
actually focused on an actual cardio activity. But I wanted to come back to the like time that we're watching ants. Jason says we should do it soon because they start moving on. So we definitely need to put that in the books for next weekend. We need to sort it out. Jackie and I need to get
I
it
think
together.
you should take holiday next Friday, and then we go out next Friday.
Okay, well, Jason, you let us know how you're feeling, how your schedule's looking, and Jackie and I will sort that out. Excuse me. Now, Jackie, we have a trend report that we have just completely breezed over because we got into the whole whale watching idea, which we're still going to talk about whale watching because I think it's a really dope topic. But in case you didn't know, yesterday evening, our women's national team played at home for one of the first times, if not the first time, at National Stadium. The crowd, from what I could see on the YouTube, it didn't look like it was super full, but I do get that it's still a panorama and, it was available online. So I could see, but I could hear a lot of noise. So I felt like despite the crowd not looking super full, there was a lot of noise. And we won 6-0, which I was actually surprised because the young lady, Leilani Nesbitt, got a hat trick. So she's the hat trick hero. And there was 2 other young ladies whose names have escaped me. I'm gonna pull it up. And I think Bernice had the little graphic, which, bless people that create graphics over the span of a couple of hours because the rest of us are just like, okay, yeah. So Leilani Nesbitt, excuse me, she scored a hat trick. Nia Christopher scored 2 goals, and Victoria Davis scored 1 to give us the 6-0 win over Grenada, which I am pleasantly surprised. Not that I didn't think that they was gonna do well. I'm just pleasantly surprised that they got that many goals at home. Because winning at home is probably like thebomb.com.
Such a dope feeling. I remember doing island games and winning matches. Obviously, we had less spectators because the track and field and everything and was up there. And I mean, if I wasn't playing, I probably would have enjoyed watching some of the track and field and bounced around. But winning when we did, because I think we got gold and silver for island games in 2000, and I think it's an odd number, so 13.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what year it was. Anyway,
I wouldn't fact check you because
feeling to get these awards, like team, we got good. I can't remember. It's been such a long time, but winning at home and not just winning, but like handing out lashings is such a wicked feeling.
Exactly. Like, and to be one of the goal scorers probably has to be another amazing feeling. And just, continuing the conversation around like, women in sports, their marketing, the efforts they're putting in, the support that they need. I feel like Jackie's gonna fly over there, that's just attacking her.
Yeah.
The way that they're able to perform and perform well, I feel like definitely needs to be celebrated. Like I'm really excited to see what the women's competition looks like over the summer because as we know, it's supposed to be kicking off in the next couple of weeks, if not next week, because I know the men's football is over as far as their division. There's a few games as far as Shield, Friendship, and FA Cup tournaments still to go, but those aren't competition games, so the schedule's a little looser. So I'm really excited. I'm really hoping that, off of the back of yesterday's game, that we see a lot of people interested in showing women in football some support, because I feel like that performance needs to be celebrated, because I couldn't have done that. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
Well, I'm not good at football, so there's that.
So in case you didn't know, if you missed it, you didn't get a chance to watch it, I feel like it's probably available for replay, but don't get me to lying, because I don't really know how those games go. Like, I feel like they only do
Terry said, "Don't get me to lying." I ain't heard that in such a long time.
I say that all the time. Don't get me to lying though, because I feel like the link was there, and I know how sometimes YouTube, you can post it where it's streamed live, and then you can actually take it down. Like, it can be where you don't necessarily see it after the fact.
Right.
But I would hope that it's still up there for repeat and replay, because I feel like that's something. There's some highlights that we need to capture in there, and I'm really hoping that we see those highlights, because for those that didn't get a chance to watch it, for whatever reason, it would be nice to be able to, show that support.
That was working late.
Exactly. For those that were working late, that had other commitments, or just plain old forgot. Like, hey, I get it. If you forgot, you forgot. You forgot.
It's unfortunate that I spoke to a few people to ask if they were going, and they didn't know. So I'm like, oh, we're gonna push these women.
You know what I find? So as we wrap up this trend report, what I often find when people say they didn't know about it, like, it's like, what's the best way for you to have known about it? Like, because it was out there. Like, it's not like they didn't put it out there. Maybe they didn't put it out there in the right channels for those people that may have didn't get it, that didn't hear it. But I often, like, when people say that, like, the first question I think about is like, well, how would you have, like, what's the best way for you to have gotten it? Some people would say WhatsApp. I'm like, okay, well, that means people in your WhatsApp group didn't necessarily promote it or didn't put it out there. But then it's like, if Instagram, it's like, well, they put it up on Instagram, I know that. It was definitely on Twitter. I don't know about Facebook, because I'm not over there that much. So it's like, I'm just like interested to know, like, what would have been the best way for you to have gotten it, so that you would have went. Because then it's like, all right, if we know,
it sounds like BFA needs to do a survey.
We just give out too much free game for free.
Because we want people to progress. We want what's best for everybody out there. That's why it's just genuine.
Definitely.
And then afterwards, after you've already blurted it out, we're like, ooh.
We could charge for that. Just kidding. For real, I do think that they should do posts, even if it's for like the division and just the women's committee in general. Like, what are some of the best ways that you capture content, or and how often? Because I do find, like, if you see it once, you forget about it. Twice, like, what's a good number for you to say, okay, it's time for me to buy my ticket, kind of thing.
Well, I was watching. Sorry, commercial. Last night, I was having a concert in the shower, and I had YouTube. YouTube was still promoting the track event.
Oh, so the dates were all
just
off.
like, oh, so it would be nice if after that, the commercial break for the next, song that I was going to perform would have had the interlude. I do perform, okay?
Jackie said concert in the shower. I am no more good.
I perform. I have a mic, which is actually my loofah. It is a good time. No, but it would be nice if that was a part of the commercial as well. Like, don't forget to get your tickets. Where is it? I think you get BFA or BTix, or what are the other ones?
It was P6, yeah. You could have got it at BFA. But that's a great point, because I feel like,
Don't buy us that way, since you want to send stuff,
And they have ads. I don't know if people remember during the election time how they had that one PLP ad running and running and running. So I do wonder what date they set for the ending of the, like, track games, and then because how that works. Because if the games had already finished, that means the ad should have started running. But it's possible that the way the algorithm worked, or even the way that they had the date set up for that ad, it just ran longer. Which, Nothing wrong with that. There is actually nothing wrong with that. And so, speaking of paid advertising, Sean Smith says they can do paid advertising on YouTube and Facebook. It costs as little as $5 per day to run ads. And it's honestly
spend money to make money.
Not even about making money in this particular
Like
instance.
I want to say.
It would be because people do, like you said, spend a lot of time on YouTube. I'm not a Facebook person, but there are people that, do spend time on Facebook, and the ones that have the money are probably on YouTube and Facebook to come out to the games. I'm not saying that, people that are on Instagram don't have money to come out to the games, but generally the audience that have money to spend are on either YouTube or Facebook. So it would be a really easy win to put $50 the week before and just like for the next 10 days, just run an ad on both of those platforms and just see. You know what?
Me and my client booked, and I was there, I was playing, and I was just like, I heard people leaving, like everybody's leaving. I'm looking up at National Stadium, and I'm like, we should be up there. She's like, why? What's up there? And I was just like, the game. She's like, that's this week. And I was just like, yeah. She's just like, me and my family used to go to everything. Like, how did I miss that? And she's just like, how did I miss that?
Yeah, exactly. So these are the people that we need to send the surveys to, and these are the strategies that the associations around the island need to start implementing. And they're really small. Like, you don't have to spend a big.
That's the other thing. The game, they reached out to Bermuda Lawn Tennis Association and was like, hey, just to let you know, we do have some tickets that we can offer I don't know if it was free or at a cost, whatever the case may be, but they did have some tickets allocated to BLTA for their members.
Okay.
X, Y, and Z. So I got the email from the Bermuda Lawn Tennis Association, and our members are like 300 plus. I don't want to say 3,000 because I don't know if people are still on island or that's shifting, but let's just say it's minimum of 300 plus. And that's a good market. So associations need to connect with other associations.
And 2 tickets, like 10 tickets would have been.
You have football, your own association, you have netball, you have cricket. Like, there's so many different sporting associations or governing bodies of sports that you can tap into, get those.
Like, honestly, thinking about yesterday's game, I don't know if BFA thought about this or the Women's Committee thought about this, but that's another free piece of pro tip. Jackie and I just given us so much free game this morning, and we haven't even started talking about our feel good topic of the day. Yeah. But honestly, they could have given 2, let's say they had 2 tickets per member association, BFA specifically, for all the clubs on the island. Let's call that 30 tickets that they had to give away. To get 30 people in there, and then they invite the family. Because if I got a ticket and I want to invite my mom, or I want to bring my mom, or I want to bring Jackie, I'll say, hey guys, make sure you get a ticket, or we can split the ticket price because I have a free one, so we could just split the ticket or whatever the case may be. And then you might say, okay, well, I want to bring so and so we could have like 5-10 people easily. If one person in the group got a free ticket. And these strategies, this is the first time, so we're not even gonna. This isn't critique.
It's gonna be done. But here's the thing: we're gonna do it right when we go in office and we're running our respective sports.
And on that note, Jackie and I are gonna take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back with more Good Day Bermuda. Make sure you stick around.
Same smooth sounds, different name. BCG Radio, home of Bermuda's most engaging morning talk shows, The Daily Hour and Good Day Bermuda. Download the app, available for Android and Apple devices. BCG Radio, your station for conversations and entertainment.
Welcome back to Good Day Bermuda, supported by Pizza House and Aliana's Restaurant. I'm Terri Tuku alongside Jacky Lambert. And before we took that quick commercial break, we were talking about the fact that Bermuda's women's national team won 6-0 over Grenada yesterday in their first, or one of the first, on island home games in front of a local crowd, post panorama. So shout outs to them for their performance. And we were talking about ways that the BFA could have potentially increased promotion around that particular event. And one thing I wanted to come back to the comments, Jason said, ads make him hate product.
Basically, it said it's a hate crime.
Not even that. I feel like there is a level of, how much is too much when it comes to paid advertising, because even on Instagram, like there are times when I'm like, all right, I've seen this product before, like get away. However, I do feel like depending on the ad, it could make me actually be like, you know what, let me just buy this thing because this ad is just so dope.
Yeah, some. My other one is, you ever had the America's Cup one? I think it's the America's Cup. That thing is like an hour and a half for an ad. And I didn't realize, so I was just like, oh, I could wait like 6 minutes as I'm washing my dishes, max, right? And I'm washing, I'm like,
It's the other one.
what is happening? And I bent over because I was washing, and it was like the little timer up in the little yellow timer.
Yeah, to tell you how long.
Oh, I said, oh no. Absolutely not. I am not listening to this. I'm trying to sing my Whitney, baby. I can't be listening to this.
I mean, and so you know what? We all do that. Like we do this. We have this moment where we're like, all right, we've skipped ads before. Let me give this ad a chance. I got like some time where I'm not really trying to be focused on YouTube anyway. So I'm okay with listening to a 5-6 minute something. Maybe it's going to be informational. Maybe I'm going to learn something. Sure. And then when you realize how long it is, you're like, you know what? You got me. Like you got me.
Tricked you. Well, guess what? Trick you back. Denied. Skip ad. And sometimes I'm like,
You know the worst ads though? The worst ads are the ones that say, well, the video will play after this ad's done, and it's longer than like 30 seconds. So you're like,
I quit. I don't even want to sing this song no more.
I don't even want to listen. I don't even know what it was, but forget it. I'm done.
I don't want to be here. I'm going outside.
Like, I'm close this app. Close the app.
Yeah. And I close the app. Like I don't just like get out. I'm like, and close.
It closes the application, like not even.
And then I come back in and say, well, that ad should be gone, so I'll just go back to the regular.
You know what's smug? But it's not going.
It's not. I'm like, oh, boo, I'm back. Jokes on you. I'm still hanging around.
No, quite literally jokes on us. Speaking of other marketing strategies, Sean Smith says they can send a text message blast to all their contacts as well. A lot of companies on island don't utilize SMS text messaging. Honestly, the only companies that do it are like Digital OneCom. Like I feel like the only ones.
But do it with the link, like to the page. So here's the link to. Don't forget to get your tickets. You click the link, and it's literally there for you to pick how many tickets. Not for me to go to the website and then I have to. Oop! I went past it. Oh, this is not even the right page. Okay, I quit.
And it is
as seamless of a transaction as possible. Here's my tickets. Here's my PayPal or my credit card information. Sometimes I remember it. Sometimes I just remember how to log into my PayPal. Sometimes I neither, and I just give up. But yeah, there should be multiple avenues, I guess, for me to get it.
No, definitely. Because there is a thing, like if there's too many clicks for someone to get to whatever end result it is that you want them to get to, they will go away. We just talked about, we give you a prime example of it. YouTube shows you an ad that's too long. You're not sitting around for the video if you don't care about it that much, or if you feel pressured or you don't want to, like, forget it. It's not that serious. So there are, there's a science to it. So people don't understand what their sciences are, or at least the nuances and how to get people to actually do what it is you want them to do. You could actually cause them to not ever do it in this one instance, and then the next time that they see something from you, they might not be as engaged to want to do it in the next place. So yes,
me, I don't like lines and I don't like too much hassle. I like everything to be easy. So if the first time I'd be like, oh yeah, I want to go, but I ain't doing all of that. So buy my ticket, I'll give you the cash, or I'll transfer you money, and they'll be like, okay, cool, wicked. Somebody else can
deal with the headache.
Try to focus long enough to get the tickets. Because if I have to be here for 10 minutes trying to sort it out and put all my information in, Jacqueline Lambert, my address, and all that stuff.
Already checked out.
5 seconds between clients to sit, or between dashing around or whatever I'm trying to do to sort it out. So if it's taking too long, I'm gonna put my phone down, and when I pick it back up, I'm picking it back up and not remembering this is the app I want to be in. I'm gonna click out and be like, oh, all my text messages, let me catch up on these, and then I'll go back to it. But now the time that I hit is gone. So make it as seamless as possible, and if I could do it in 3 seconds, boom.
Now, you don't have to try to get it in 3 seconds, y'all, but make it as seamless as possible. I feel like 3 seconds might be overreach for some people.
I'm a minute. My attention span is longer than a minute. It's like a minute 5.
A minute 5. Such a joker. That is coming from Sherry. She says, great job, ladies. Thank you so much. Last few comments on this one before we talk about our feel good topic of the day. Jason, Shirley, Jack.
And that's not the scary part. Don't talk too much around your phone. Ads pop up on Instagram, and then the suggest for you on Amazon. Let me tell you something. One of my friends is, we aren't parents. We are just godparents, aunts, you know. And we was talking about, so-and-so is due to have a baby. What are we going to buy them for the baby shower? And then next thing you know, the algorithm on Instagram is all babies and friends and cousins. And I'm like, where's the jokes? Because I'm not a mama. Like, this is only funny to me for so long. And then it's just like, can't relate. And I said it in front of my phone. Cheryl. You just messed up my algorithm again.
Like, she's gonna see it when she goes after this episode.
Food. Hamburger. Okay,
we're back. And then this comment from Sean Smith. He says, a great marketer makes it easy for you to buy. Absolutely. And if they don't make it easy for you to buy, they make it easy for you to talk bad about that experience. And so you gotta, pick which end result you want for your customer. Because otherwise you could shoot yourself in the foot. But Jack, we're talking about award show shenanigans. Now, in case you didn't know, at the Oscars, however many moons ago it was, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. Now, Jackie and I honestly thought that this was a joke. It was a prank. It was not a real slap, because it's the Oscars. One, it's an award show for actors, and actors do have moments where they pretend to do something, but it looks so real that you think it really happened. Mm-hmm. So, it's now been weeks.
Our regular selves pretend to beef all the time, and it's not real. And people are just like, oh my God. And you just laugh because it's an inside joke.
Legit. Like, this happened at Barkley. Two best friends at Barkley did it my year 1 year. And I swear to God, the entire school thought they was really got in a fight. Like, this was the best prank. It was April Fool's too. So they really got us. And so I'm like, I've seen this before. So I'm like, I can come out later and say, it's a joke. We were just trying to bring awareness to alopecia and all this type of stuff. And but they haven't. So it has gone down the track of potentially Will Smith being arrested. Potentially the police have acknowledged that they are open if Chris Rock wants to press charges against Will Smith. He being Will Smith, has been banned from the Oscars for the next 10 years. And there's conversation around whether his Oscar for, I think it was Best Actor, will be revoked from the most recent Oscar awards. And one meme that we saw on social media was that Will Smith has been punished worse than the people that stormed the Capitol. Now, we just want to know, do you think Will Smith's punishment was too harsh or too light? Because there's been a lot of speculation on both sides, whether Will Smith, they don't condone violence, but, sometimes when you've had enough is enough, you react the way you react. You've had people say, he should have conducted himself in a certain manner. This is the Oscars. How could he? He's tainted the Oscars. There's been a lot of conversation around it. So how do you feel about Will Smith's punishment? Do you think, as an actor of his level, his prestige, and his longevity, do you think this is a just and fair punishment? Or do you think the Oscars and their board, or whomever's of Hollywood, have gone too far? Let's talk about it.
I think 10 years is a long time. Like, how old is he?
It's got to be in his 50s.
Well, his 50s, so he won't be able to go back till his 60-something. And it's just like, who benefits from that? Because I don't, like I said, I don't watch the Oscars as it is. But if you was just like, you're banned for a year, the next year I'm going to watch to be like, how's Will acting today? Let me just pop in for a few seconds and just check. But you banned for 10 years. So like, where's the excitement going to come from? That would be like, I don't, it's entertainment because it's not my drama. It's somebody else's drama. And I know that sounds bad, but it is what it is. We watch drama all the time. We watch Lifetime. Like, there's nothing more dramatic than Lifetime. But I think it is it's a little much. Like, 10 years is long. And I know people are like, oh, they have to set an example. But I don't think Will's the first person to act ridiculous at an award show. I mean, you had Kanye West get up and snatch the mic from little old Taylor Swift. He didn't hit her, but he like traumatized her for like.
He did.
I mean,
That poor Taylor.
Stage and think, now is anybody gonna come up here?
She probably was looking at my shoulder like, where's Kanye?
Exactly, like anytime, like just in case. So I won. Let me like, is there a way I can put the mic in my clothes so that he can't snatch it? Like, gotta find a way to survive. But this fly just is doing this.
I saw him come straight across the screen just now. He's like, zup.
And it's right there.
He's trying to get his 15 seconds of fame. And that's fine, Mr. Fly. Live your best life. One thing I think is interesting around this conversation, because I was watching one of my Spelman sisters, her name's Lene. She goes by Lenese on like social media. She's like really popular on Instagram. And she created a YouTube. And she was talking, she'll like break down a lot of pop culture and politically charged commentary. And she was talking about the Will Smith. She's saying that this is the last one, the slap. And she was talking about like how, you know, from her perspective, she doesn't condone violence. And then she was talking about how there's a lot of people saying, trying to tell Black people how to react in situations.
Period, how to react. Telling me how to react to your disrespect. Like, you're 9 times out of 10, especially when it's a performance like this, you're looking for a certain reaction, but you can't tell me how to react. So you're looking for like the shock factor. My shock factor, I saw a picture of how close Will Smith was to Chris Rock, and it's not that far. It wasn't that long of a distance for him to walk like it made it seem on the camera.
It did look farther on TV.
Yeah, but when I saw a picture, like somebody person was just like, this is where the snap happened. It was like maybe 10 steps for him to get up there. Do you know how many times we'll chase somebody to like a boy, like, you know, boy and girls chase each other in school? You know how much times guys have chased each other around the school? Like, your boy just walked 10 steps and then sat back down.
But I think, so I want to bring in this comment from Sean Smith.
My point is that you know how you're like impulsive? That impulsive act or that thought, the whole time you're walking up there, it's just like, I'm gonna ring this guy. Yep, you ain't calmed down yet. You're still irritated.
Yeah, 10 steps is not enough.
Still very much, that adrenaline is very much still there.
Yeah.
So if he had to walk maybe 100 meters, he would rethink it. He'll walk and he'd be like, you know what, it ain't worth it. But he didn't have that time to really calm down and think.
Yeah, he didn't have the count to 10 was not in his mind at that time. This comment from Sean Smith, he says, being Black people don't win Oscars too often. 10 years ain't gonna be nothing for Will Smith. That's a really great point, because I feel like a lot of people miss the fact that Black people don't really win Oscars.
Which is why we were supporting it, which is why we were what is it called?
They were boycotting it. Or apparently they were boycotting it like I want to say 2 years ago.
Which is totally same.
Or Black Cup, whatever. But I get it. I mean, I feel like part of it is like Jackie, I don't really watch the Oscars. I haven't watched award shows in a while because I don't have cable like that, and I'm not in that same mindset. Like when I was in my teens and early 20s, I would definitely watch the Grammys. I watch MTV Awards. I watch BT Awards. Like I would watch BT Hip Hop Awards. I would watch all of these things. But now I'm not as interested in them. One, and then two, they don't represent my culture in a way that I feel is authentic and unique to me. So I'm not as interested anymore. I'll rather catch the clips. I'll check the red carpet later. Like I'll go watch the pictures or look at the pictures after the fact. So
I like music awards because of the performances, but I'm only in and out. Like if you're not an artist that I want to watch, then I'm not watching.
I'm not watching like how I used to watch 2 hours start to finish to see what happened.
Or I watched like red carpet. I used to watch the red carpet clips. What were the ladies? Until they made a nasty comment about Zendaya and her fake locks.
The fashion. I know what you're talking about, like the fashion police ladies. I can't remember what names.
I used to watch that because
they used to be funny though. I used to like their comments.
Love, them dissecting everybody's attire, and they were saying the things that I was thinking. I was just like, that's what you chose to wear. All that money you make, all the endorsements, and you chose to wear that.
But I want to bring in this comment from Sean because I think it's really interesting because it's like the other side of this whole Will and Jada fiasco. So he says, what's more disrespectful than August's song that he's cut out? Which, the Entanglement song.
I haven't heard it. See, look.
You never listened to Entanglements? Listen, Entanglements was my jam. I ain't gonna lie. That song was my jam. It pissed me off though, because he dropped it at the same time he dropped his album Emergency. And his album Emergency is actually really, really a good album. But Entanglements was just, it was so messy and petty.
What's more disrespectful than August's song is the fact that after Will went up and defended Jada Pinkett Smith, she put out a statement saying that she wished he didn't go up and that she doesn't need defending. Girl, if you don't sign these divorce papers and get out of this man's life, I'll leave this man alone.
You know what?
You guys put up with so much. Like, you have yet to let Tupac go. And honestly, God rest your soul. You are one of my favorites. You are beautiful. Whew. And I get it. But at the same time, it's just like, how can you not disrespect this man over?
In that case, I think his punishment, I personally think his punishment was too harsh, just in general, but I don't care about the Oscars. So to me, it's like a non-factor, like Sean said, because it's such a long time frame that Black people would actually win another award. Sure. He just might be up for award again in 10 years, and this will be a moot point to some people. But I do feel like, honestly, Will Smith takes a lot of flack in this relationship that he has with Jada, and I don't know how happy or content he is in his situation, but I don't really, I don't know if being banned from an award show for defending my significant other and then her coming out and saying that she wishes he didn't do it would sit well with me.
Whose team are you on?
Yeah,
like when we got married, you are my teammate, and you're just sabotaging us. Why are you making us look stupid? If you have nothing productive or progressive to say for our family, sit in the corner, look cute, be quiet.
Yeah,
she didn't have to say anything. She could have kept that behind closed doors for her and Will. Don't take it to real table talk. You don't have to be transparent about everything. Like, you don't tell us what underwear you're wearing. So like, that is a part of that. Leave it alone.
I do feel like she is oversharing, and in this moment, Will is the bad guy for a number of reasons. He's a Black man. He smacked somebody on live TV. He smacked somebody at an old white or but predominantly white event. They're trying to find a way to punish him. Like, they're trying to make him an example. Like, there's so many things that's already going
against him. They want to put us back in our place anyway.
So for you to not, one, show that you're sticking by him, and to just keep your mouth quiet, to just allow whatever they decide to just be, it's now like, all right.
Because it could have been quiet. It could have been quiet. It could have been left to learn. And I feel like her statement came out before their ruling. And I feel like
could have swayed.
You might have just been like, oh, wait, she agrees with us? Up it. I know he was going to say 2 years. Nah. Let's just play with our fingers.
And on that note, Jack and I are going to take another commercial break, and we'll be back with our Feel Good Vibe of the day. Hopefully you've laughed with us so far today, but we have Joke Time with Jackie, which is even funnier, so make sure you stick around for that. Jackie and I will be right back after this commercial break.
Same smooth sounds, different name. BCG Radio, home of Bermuda's most engaging morning talk shows, The Daily Hour and Good Day Bermuda. Download the app, available for Android and Apple devices. BCG Radio, your station for conversations and entertainment.
Welcome back to Good Day Bermuda, supported by Pizza House and Adiana's Restaurant. I'm Terri Tuku alongside Jackie Lambert. If you're just joining us, we celebrated the fact that our women's national football team won over Grenada yesterday. 6-0 was the score. 3 of our lovely footballers touched the net. What's her name? Leilani Nesbitt, Nia Christopher, and I just had the last one's name, Victoria Davis. So shout outs to those 3 ladies for touching the back of the net and getting us that W yesterday. We also cheered some award show shenanigans. We recapped the fact that Will Smith is not going to be at the the next 10 years due to the slap that he gave Chris Rock for disrespecting his wife, Jada Pinkett. We definitely had an interesting conversation about that. If you didn't get a chance to engage with us, don't worry. You can go ahead and do that in the comments. Jackie and I will engage with you back when we see the comments. But right now, it's time for our Feel Good Vibe of the day, which is joke time with Jackie. This is the first time you are joining us. Jackie has the corniest jokes on this side of the world, and I enjoy them. Hopefully, you'll enjoy them. It's one of our favorite ways to get our day started. So, Jackie, go ahead. I'm ready. It's been a while. I feel like it's been a while.
I don't know which joke to pick. Okay, why was the robber so secure?
No, it was Robert so secure. He was elastic.
No, he was.
She's like, no.
He was a safe robber.
He was a safe robber. Like rubber. Goodbye.
No.
Goodbye.
Where do Eskimos keep their money?
In an igloo.
In snowbanks.
Snowbanks.
Can I tell you 3 more jokes?
Of course. You can tell me as many jokes you want to tell me.
Joke, joke, joke.
That's the one. That is the one.
I waited for 3 more.
I really was. I was like, I should give it 3 jokes. I was looking at the time. I was like, okay, my laptop's getting ready to die, but okay, we'll try it. I love it. And just, yes, a reminder, Leilani is our hat trick hero. She did get 3 of the 6 girls, so shout outs to her for that amazing achievement. As always, we hope that today's Feel Good Vibe of the day has you ready to make it a great one. Thank you so much for watching and engaging with this episode of Good Day Bermuda, supported by Pizza House and Aliana's Restaurant. I'm Terri Tuku alongside Jackie Lambert. We trust we'll see you tomorrow for more Feel Good conversations. Until the next episode, peace and have a good day, Bermuda.